Tower American 95, 10 miles out on the ILS.
American 95, Kennedy Tower, falling Airbus 319 ahead, 105,012.
Hello everybody, I'm DerTebbers. Welcome aboard, welcome to Blackpool, England. Welcome aboard our Havilland DH.89 Dragon Rapide. An interesting looking aircraft. Yeah, very nice looking. Does it have flaps? It does. Look at them just kind of flop down. Look at that. Yeah, we got some flaps. We're not going to need flaps because we do have biplanes. It is a biplane. 2 wings, lots of surface area. Nice takeoff, especially from a runway like this one. Nice little tail view. All right, here's our cockpit. Very simple cockpit. We can look behind us, and there's a bunch of very unhappy people. They don't look happy. They're flying with me. All right, let's give it a whirl, huh? Let's run up our 2 de Havilland Gypsy 6 inline engines, 200 horsepower each. They're kind of quiet. There we go. There's a little bit of noise. Those people, they look terrified, honestly. Terrified. And we have liftoff. Very easy with a biplane like this. This was a 1930s British short-haul biplane passenger airliner. It proved an economical and durable aircraft despite a very primitive plywood construction. In late 1933, the Dragon Rapide was designed at the Havilland Company as a faster, more comfortable successor to the DH.84 Dragon. It was, in effect, a twin-engine, scaled-down version of the 4-engine DH.86 Express. So make it smaller. Yay, sometimes that's a good idea. It shared many common features with the Express, including tapered wings. If you look carefully, it's got those tapered wings. Look at that. Streamlined fairings, and the Gypsy 6 engines. But demonstrated none of the operational vices of the Express and went on to become perhaps the most successful British-built short-haul commercial passenger aircraft of the 1930s. Remember, the 1930s is the time when a lot of aircraft manufacturers came and went. And it took a little bit of work to become highly successful, really. On 17 April 1934, the prototype aircraft first flew at Hartfield. 205 aircraft were built for airlines and other owners all around the world before the outbreak of the Second World War. Originally designated the Dragon 6, it was first marketed as Dragon Rapide, although eventually referred to as just the Dragon. I'm sorry, the Rapide, not the Dragon. From 1938, the fitting of improved trailing edge flaps became the 89A, and you saw that we have trailing edge flaps on here. I don't know if they're the improved version or not, so we're not 100% sure. In the summer of 1934, the type entered service with the UK-based airline. The Hillman Airlines Limited became the first to take delivery in July. From August 1934, Railway Air Services operated a fleet of these Dragon Rapides on routes including that linked London, the north of England, and onto Northern Ireland and Scotland. They were named after places on the network, for example, the Star of Lancashire. Now, why are we at Blackpool? We're at Blackpool because the Isle of Man Air Service had a fleet of Rapides on scheduled services between Ronaldsway Airport near Castletown to airports in northwest England, including Blackpool, Liverpool, and Manchester. Some of its aircraft had been transferred to it after operation by the Railway Air Service, so they stopped operating them, and then the Isle of Man Air Service took over. At the start of World War II, many of these Rapides were impressed and served under the name of the de Havilland Domini. They're used for passenger communication duties, and over 500 aircraft were built for military specifications. They are powered by an improved Gypsy Queen engine, and that brought total production of this airframe to 731 aircraft of various engine and flap combinations. This proved to be extremely economical and a very durable aircraft. Despite, again, this very primitive plywood construction that it had. There are many still flying as late as the 2000s They're probably still capable of flight. I don't know if they still are flying, though. If you know, let me know down in the comments. Several are still, are theoretically still in operation with operators like Classic Wings and Plane Heritage. They offer pleasure flights. That would be fun. Capacity was 8 passengers. Maximum speed was 157 miles an hour at 1,000 feet. And she had a 537-mile range. There's an airport somewhere over there, I think. All right, I do like this cockpit. This cockpit looks like you can operate just about everything you need to. Hi, dude. Right from the virtual cockpit, which, you know, you'd think, oh, well, that would be pretty normal. It's not as normal as you think. Some virtual cockpits, they just don't let everything operate. And you can read stuff like here. Look, oil temperature. Minimum for starting, -10. Minimum for flight, +30. Maximum +110. You can almost read that right there. I mean, you can read the notices in the aircraft. That's pretty nice. Shift 1. There's our main panel. 2. There's our electronics panel. 3 gets us our throttles. 4 gets us a compass. 5, there's our communication center. There's a GPS because we have to be fitted with one of those. And there's a quick panel right there. And that's the end of it right there. All right, we're going to try to make a landing. A very stupid landing, but nonetheless a landing. Now, this would be a really great little aircraft to cut your teeth on, twin engine operation, passenger-wise. And it's very forgiving. Or durable. And additionally, with the dual wings on it, it does have a much higher lift capacity than something like a Seminole. Now, it doesn't have air brakes, so you do have to plan your approach, which I haven't done, but we're gonna see what we can do about that. There we go. She does have differential brakes. It was a terrible landing, I'll tell you that much. A terrible landing. Diff brakes do make it easier in Flight Simulator X to steer around a bit, so that's good. It's great because there's a few planes that I've done that actually are terrible on the taxi. Alright, we'll stop her up there. And open. Oh, look at that! The exit does actually open. You can look in there and see what's going on. Look at that. Very classic aircraft. Actually a very beautiful line to it. Single pilot, which would be sort of difficult in certain regulations, but still a very nice looking aircraft. Shut down those gypsies. And you'll notice she's got twin bladed props instead of the usual you'd think on an aircraft like this for a quad or a triple, but they're just twin bladed props. Very nice little aircraft. The link to this aircraft is in the description. You do get multiple liveries, so there's plenty to look at. I've been DerTebbers. This has been your Flight Simulator X Plane Spotlight, the de Havilland DH.89 Dragon Rapide. Till next time, happy flying, everybody.
Level 1283, Kennedy Tower. Greetings. Falling heavy, Boeing 767, touching down. Caution wake turbulence from 05012, number 2, 4 right, set land.
Going in 4 right, 1283, copy all.
8 Lima Bravo, traffic just north of the airport, opposite direction along the track routing. A helicopter not under defeat, yes, you in sight.